So this is like a small poetry. It's called the Head of Wisdom.
Written by?
Hmm?
Who wrote it?
Diwan of Bedell Johnson Pasha's translation.
Who?
So like maybe it's like from a book, like
Okay.
Diwan of Bedell, and it's her
The
translation.
Divan? Okay, that's a book.
Yeah,
Of
yeah,
who?
of Bedell.
Okay, and then but it's written in English in Idris Shah's The Sufis?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Okay, go.
So it
Good.
says, "This day and that alike you do within your garden spend, neglectful of the nightingale, the crow your chosen friend. Yet such companionship must leave its trace upon your soul. Do you think fire shall cease to burn or oil and water blend?"
Wow. What's what?
So, so in this one, is he talking about
What
like?
century was it written, and who's he speaking writing for?
Sorry.
What century was it written, and who's he writing for?
So I don't know the century, but it seems like this is some kind of like teaching.
Well, there's no question about that. It's a brilliant, beautiful teaching and poem, and that's translated too. So who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But okay, well, what it's like in the original Arabic or Persian, whatever. Okay, so what's the question?
So the question is he talking about how we try to choose our ego to keep as company all the time, and he's saying that we are different in our ego and we do not go along together, or is he talking about the friendship or the company people should keep and they should be wise about it?
Why wouldn't it be both?
I mean, it could be both.
Okay, so what is the purpose of poetry?
The purpose of poetry is to like convey something and create an impact.
Right, to put into words that which cannot be put into words.
Mm-hmm.
And just for fun, as a kind of a present from me to you, although I didn't write it, look up "Loneliness" by E. Cummings, and make sure you have it printed out properly.
E. Cummings.
Yeah, it could be called L''A.
Oh yeah, it's called "A Leaf Falls on Loneliness."
Now, look at the poem.
Where's the? Is it just like LALEAFFALLS1LINS?
Yeah, it looks like just a bunch of garble. Now look at it more closely.
It's a leaf falls.
Yeah, as I watch your eyes, it looks like you're watching a leaf fall.
Mm-hmm.
That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
So you see the leaf falling from the tree? The solitary leaf? And if you imagine the poet sitting there writing, I mean, just enjoy that poem. I mean, it's good for you. See, the other thing is you want these. It's like having a backpack with high protein but delicious uh, treats and snacks in your backpack. And as you go through life, if you ever feel like it or you're lucky, someone will pull one of those treats out. It's a nugget of wisdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you already have it, so it just brings you joy, and it makes your life just much better,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
collect wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
wherever you can find it. Now, of course, nothing's going to be perfect on this earth. Nothing is perfect on this earth. That's the whole point of this earth.
Mm-hmm.
So close to perfection, and actually perfect. See, it's not perfect from the human side. From the other side, it's perfect. It's way beyond perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But we're all caught up in all kinds of weird animal stuff and mental stuff. So, have you ever thought about taking an appreciation of poetry course? And did you get one in college?
Mm-hmm.
Neither did I, and I've regretted it all my life. So maybe you should go on YouTube and go, how to learn to appreciate poetry. Because there's great Indian poets, man. Great Indian poets. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the machines aren't going to be writing poetry like that for a while. They're not going to be writing poetry like that unless they're just imitating, because they can never feel it. They will never know joy. They'll never know sorrow.
Mm-hmm.
They won't even know pleasure or pain, frankly. But
Mm-hmm.
on this earth, that's the other reason we're here. That's why you can't find a judgment from me on whether or not it's better or not better to be celibate.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Did I lose you?
No, I mean, you said you don't know, right?
About what?
About whether being celibate is a good thing or an obstacle.
For you, I don't know. For most people, I know. But for you, I don't know. I mean, that's your decision.
Mm-hmm. For most people, is it an obstacle or it doesn't matter?
Are we talking Tibet, Rome, 2nd century AD, 1st century AD? Are we talking 2023 with porn all over the place? I mean, you can't just. The problem with modern people, especially Americans, is they don't know anything. They don't know any history. They don't know anything about any other culture. They don't have any idea about their own culture. They act as if the world started in maybe in the year 2000 or something. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever experienced.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I go to a kid today, I'll ask him, which came first, World War I or World War II? And you'd be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
You ask them, the biggest enemy is ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing I can do about that beyond point you to some places where you can get good information. But again, I want to close with this because this is very important. My opinions are worthless to you. My beliefs are worthless to you. I don't really have any beliefs, but if I did, they'd be worthless to you, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you take anything I say as the truth without examining it yourself and deciding for yourself, then I have failed horribly as a teacher and I should quit and go help dying people or something. Bury my mistakes. Right? So you see what I'm saying? This is not inculcation. I'm not trying to get you to join a religion or a cult or a club or some kind of political movement or some secret society. I don't have time for that, and it's not that interesting anyway. Mm-hmm. Now, if you run into these Americans, they're all talking about the Illuminates or oh my God, the Freemasons, and they act like that started. I get 16th century Germany or 15th century Germany or so. I don't know the details in Europe. But those guys clearly don't have any idea what they're talking about their own history. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. I mean, don't they wonder why they're wearing fezzes sometimes? Mm-hmm. Anyway, it's the silliness of the world. It'll be fine no matter what you do. Mm-hmm. The only question is, you're going to have a life that's joyful or a life that's suffering. Mm-hmm. Most people choose the suffering. What can I say? Mm-hmm. But not everybody. Mm-hmm. Okay, sir?
All right. See you. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.